Hey guys, how is it going? Hockey from the Shadowstar Network here, bringing you yet another video. And yes, today we'll be talking about Dororo episode 2. Now, was episode 2 a banger like episode 1? Well, you'll find out right after we roll that intro. Dororo episode 2, man. I started this series wanting to compare the two, right, between the manga and the anime, and the first chapter they had quite a few diversions, things that are way different. This chapter is not, and this episode is different, completely different. We have Biwamaru in here, who is the loot priest. That's not really his name. It's pretty much just like a title that he has, which is something that's used back in the day. There's these priests that walked around with lutes that travel. It's pretty much kind of like how a bard is, but a Japanese version of like a bard. So we have Biwamaru in this episode. Surprising, because he takes chapter 3 in the manga, but even then it's completely different. And chapter 3, he actually he sends Hyakkimaru somewhere, pretty much an orphanage where he trains in a way. And so pretty much that's how Hyakkimaru learns his swordsmanship, through Biwamaru. But in the anime, he doesn't know who Biwamaru is. This is their first time interacting. During these chapters, this actually does about 3 chapters. It does chapter 4, 5, and 6, and there are still huge differences between the two, even more differences in the first episode. With doing like the first chapter, this one decides to do 3, skipping over chapter 3 pretty much completely, and going right into the village, which actually took me by surprise. In this episode, we have Dororo, Hyakkimaru going to a village. We have some interactions with them. Not really interactions. This is one of my problems right now with the show, is the fact that Hyakkimaru cannot communicate. So it's a lot of just Dororo talking to himself, pretty much. He's talking to like a blank wall. He's pretty much talking to a wall at the moment. And I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of that. I don't think it's bad by any means. I don't think it's bad. I just feel that there's no connection here at the moment, right? But I do feel as time goes on, maybe when he starts gaining stuff back and he's able to communicate, it'll get a lot better. But this episode has them going to a village after Dororo actually ends up seeing, well, he doesn't actually see him at this time. It was Hyakkimaru actually notices Kanekozo, which is the Bell spirit that we see throughout the episode. We also see that Biwamaru runs into the Bell spirit at the beginning, but that actually leads into something I want to mention early, a little later in the video. But yeah, this whole village thing is pretty much completely different. Biwamaru is not even in this village in the manga at all. He's not here at all, period. He's not there. The sequence of how things happen is completely different as well. In this, we had them go to the village, and in the manga, when they go to the village, the people don't treat them like, oh, we want you to kill the, Kanekozo. That's not the case. Or kill the spirit, like a demon. They didn't tell them which demon they wanted them to kill, but we know that was Kanekozo. So in the manga, as soon as they get in the village and they mention the fact that they saw a demon ringing a bell, the villagers are like, oh shit, they've seen Kanakozo, get them. And then they imprison them in that room that we see, that they're in when they meet Biwamaru in the anime. But things still keep changing. Like I said, Biwamaru's not in there with them being held. We have the little fight between Bandai in the manga. In the anime it kind of happens, but Hyakkimaru kind of cuts her and then jumps down the well. So the sequences are different. Everything's kind of out of order. But once again, like I kind of mentioned in the first episode, things still feel similar, right? But there are some major changes here that I'm interested in seeing what they do, because Biwamaru taking Hyakkimaru to that orphanage in chapter 3 plays a big part in his character in the manga, because of a person that he meets there, and actually see the person in the opening. So I'm interested in what they're going to do with that, because you see him with her in the opening, right? So I'm fairly interested in seeing how they're going to interpret it, do that interpretation for this adaptation of it. I've just come to the point where this is its own thing, right? I do like still comparing these two, but I am looking at Dororo's anime on its own merits as well. And I feel this episode is really good. I feel like if you like the first episode, you're definitely going to enjoy this episode as well. I know people have been having problems with the fact that he's defeating these demons really quickly. And like I told other people, that it was never stated anywhere, okay, even in the manga, it's not stated anywhere that these demons are special, high, super class demons. They're no pushovers, to say the least, but we're dealing with Dororo here, and he has no pain. It's a lot of things, a lot of factors that play into the fact that Dororo could slaughter these guys, right? So there's some little complaints I saw people were like, having. But yeah, like the flow, going back to what I was talking about, the Kanekozo, the bell demon, which is a big part of this episode, is interpretation. How you perceive things. Perception is a better word. Perception is a word I should go with. How one sees something else, right? Like we have the scene where they're held in there and they're sleeping. And Dororo hears the bell, and then Kanekozo opens the door and goes inside, and Dororo's like, bro, like, hey, Hyakkimaru, wake up, he's right here, the demon is right here, kill him. And Hyakkimaru doesn't react, no expressions or anything like that, because he's Hyakkimaru at the moment, anime Hyakkimaru, so he doesn't express anything. But we don't know, right, that this demon isn't a bad demon. Hyakkimaru does know, because he can see the essence, right, of a person, a spirit, right? He sees their insides, as opposed to how us humans perceive people through looking purely physically, right, at them. We can't see inside a person, while Hyakkimaru and Biwamaru can see through a person, and different kind of creatures. So when they actually go see Bandai, and Hyakkimaru's trying to kill Bandai, Dororo's like, bro, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, she's a fucking human. Can't you see that this is a human? Like, bro, what is? Well, you can't see it, but it's a thing. It's like it was a kind of a theming of this episode. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, kind of thing. Very simple. Because at the end of the day, Kanekozo was just so happened to be a spirit of a person. Many people have died there, but Kanekozo just so happened to be a spirit of a person that is wanting somebody to receive what is pretty much stolen from him, right? You want it, come, and you can easily get like the glimpse of, like, he kind of reminds you, if you've seen Spirit of No Face in a way, but No Face will eat you, as opposed to Kanekozo, who's not going to eat you. He's just like, hey, come. And you think back at the beginning of the episode when we see Biwamaru with Kanekozo, and he's like, and he shows up later. He's not dead, and we know from the episode 1 that Miyomaru kills demons, right? But for some reason he let this one live. But you don't really think about it until the episode is like over. You're like, wait, that's right. But the sequences of this episode compared to the manga are fairly different. It's so much. It's way too much to actually go into. They had like a scene with Dororo stealing from people in the village and stuff. They had him hanged up there, like dangling down, like beating him, and Hyakkimaru comes and saves him. All kinds of stuff. The situation with Bandai is different. The demon type of what Bandai was. They had like the I forgot, it's something like a leech. It's been a while since I read it. Like a leech demon or something. There's just differences here. But I think that this episode stands on its own merits, and I'm very interested in seeing exactly where they take this story in this version of Dororo and Hyakkimaru, because Hyakkimaru definitely is the most different right now. And with him not being able to speak at the moment or do any type of like telepathy kind of magic, which is kind of what it is in the manga. It's different. In the manga version, by defeating Bandai, he actually gets a arm back, but in the anime, it seems like he's actually getting his nervous system back, which is an interesting change. Which is a guess right now. Most likely, it's his nervous system because the way they showed it, so I'm guessing it's going to be his nervous system. But overall, I think episode 2 of Dororo was a banger. Another good episode. Another solid episode that I think is most likely. It seems like it's keeping people's interest in what's going on. Now, from what I can see from like the discords I'm in and little conversations I see people having on it, so that's good. I want people to continue to enjoy this series because I think it's a really good. I think it's really good. I think the writing in the manga is very good. I mean, Tezuka was a master craftsman at what he does, right? What he did when he was alive, and I'm glad that his son with Tezuka Production is keeping his legacy flowing. Now we just need like a Phoenix anime or something. I mean, that'd be dope as hell. But anyway, guys, that's about all I have to say. So this has been Hockey from the Shadow Star Network today, and if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like what you saw, you can subscribe to the channel, and if you do subscribe to the channel, please click that bell because YouTube be tripping with getting out notifications to you people. And that's all I have to say, man. And until we speak again, sayonara, my friends.